Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. Supportive oracle cards are going to be Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Excuse me. All right, already shuffled. That's it. Okay. Okay, let's see what's happening here. So we got a lot of cards, a lot of oracle cards happening in the environment, and this is not bad, is my first thought. It's just feeling very strong. Now, these first few cards did not look fun, but I feel like this is actually why this is going to be good. You got the Three of Swords, the Hanged Man, and then the Page of Wands, which is not a good feeling going into this, but I feel like this is going to hit some type of resolution. Whether it's expected or not is another thing. It doesn't feel good. Like, this is a situation that you seem to be not able to make a positive effect in. You're trying to, but it's kind of like you're a supportive element here. It just feels like something you constantly want to make better. But, like, every effort is it's nullified. That's what I'm getting with the Hanged Man. Like, it just, whatever you do, because you do have action here with the Page of Wands, and you're even being very careful, trying to make things better. But every time you do something, it doesn't get better or worse. It doesn't get any worse. But I also get the Three of Swords kind of like, well, it's bad enough to begin with. Like, you're not happy with it, and you can't seem to improve it. It doesn't get any worse than it is, but that's still not okay. And you're just trying. You're being very careful. Now, there's a lot of change cards coming in here in the environment. I've got Focus, and you'll notice on the Focus card there's a butterfly on that lady's head. She's beautiful. But I know she's beautiful, but it's really kind of like, it looks like she's drowning to me with that butterfly on her forehead. What is it called? What is this one called? Focus? To me, it just looks like somebody's drowning and change is about to happen. I'm also getting the self-reflection. Like, whoever you're dealing with, if it's a person or a situation, it's having a rough time of it. And there's like some type of self-audit, whether it's an actual audit or somebody giving themselves a self-audit. Change is afoot. Like, this can't keep going like this. Somebody's realizing that this is not working, this is tanking. Even if it's just the way they relate to you and they just can't seem to do it, this situation is coming to a close is what I'm literally getting. It really feels like one way or another, either the person or the situation is going to change in a major way, because this can't keep going. And whoever or whatever you're dealing with, it seems to be quite obvious that this is not going to keep going. You're trying, you're doing what you can, you're trying to be careful, and I think that frustrates me the most. You're stepping very carefully, just trying to make some type of improvement, just doesn't seem to happen. Anything you do is just, it's nullified. And I feel like you and this situation are going, I don't want to say you're going separate ways at this point, but I feel like that's where it's headed for. It's like, this is like the first step to letting it go. Because I'm getting the Six of Swords between you and whatever the situation is. You can't stand it anymore, but if it's a person, they can't either. And if it's the situation is drowning anyway. So if it's just situational, still the situation is starting to fail. It's not working well. It's divided. It's just, I'm getting this, like, this water and drowning feel. I'm getting like something is drowning. Something is not working out. Now, you have been trying, and even, I feel like to the bitter end, you're still putting in the effort. You're just not giving up, which is not surprising for Scorpio, in my opinion. When you've decided you will not give up, you will not give up. It's just that perpetual energy. Not every sign can do that. There's another sign I'm thinking of that's also kind of like that, but in a different way, but not every sign will just keep going and keep going and keep going. Not every sign will do that. But this one, if you've decided I'm not giving up, then you're not going to. That's just how it is. Karma comes in, which is the Judgment card in most decks. because you're trying, I do feel like things are kind of going your way. It's kind of like effort. It's like you're trying, and that's being reflected here. Through this whole thing, you got those 3 cards. Those 3 cards are your pals the whole way through this thing. Kind of like no matter what you do, nothing gets better. You're not really liking it, but you keep trying, and you're trying very carefully. Karma comes in, and I feel like in the environment, the reason we're seeing blossoming in self-love, like first they have self-reflection, then it has self-love. It's accepting that this can't keep going like this. This is not working. It's like first they're drowning and they're realizing they're drowning. And then they have to accept that, well, this isn't going to work. And that they're going to have to make an active choice. Either they have to move in a different direction or they have to choose something that doesn't include you. Either they have to do things differently or they have to get away from you is what I'm getting. Whatever that means. They either have to change or they have to leave. That's just, I don't know. That's very, I know that's very harsh, but that's literally what I'm getting. They either have to change or they have to leave because you're very steadfast and you will keep trying and you're trying to fix things and make things better. And it's either they have to get in line and help you do that or they have to get out. One of the two. It's either do it or get lost. I know it's harsh, but that's literally what I'm seeing. I feel like, I don't want to be wishy-washy about this. I literally feel like the change is there. I'm feeling the majority of them are out. I just feel like the majority. You could have a couple. In your situation, maybe the person's going to change. It doesn't feel very likely. It feels very rare to me. I feel like the majority of them are just, they're gone. Gone. Especially that you have coming up. Whatever this, even if it's situational, the situation is just, it's done. That's it. And it says change. I think that's the change. I just don't feel people towing the line and helping you. I feel like them leaving. I want to say it in a more positive way, but that's really what it feels like to me. Especially with what we have coming up, because things get better for you. They're giving, when this happens, and I literally feel like somebody's just leaving, or the situation's just ending, one of the two. When that happens, you have new beginnings, and you have the void. Literally, I feel like they're leaving. The situation, I can't really get around it. I think I'm trying to make it prettier than it is. But it's new beginnings. Like, you don't have this burden on you anymore. There's nothing for you to keep fighting for. There's no, like, I'm understanding that it's taking a while for these 3 cards to kind of relax and move on. Because even when there's nothing to do anymore, you still want to. And it still feels like, it still kind of feel like these 3 cards are kind of slowly desensitizing, the energy's slowly going away because you put a lot of effort into this. And for some of you, you're not over the moon that it's ending. But I'm getting like, this is a much better situation because when this happens, the void leaves you open for something else. And the void will be filled with this. The Ace of Cups. I just want to honor this in the sense of like, there's going to be, I just feel like it's going to upset you that it's gone. I do feel like it will upset you. Like, even if, as far as other people are concerned, you're not saying that or you're not admitting it, because I understand that. It's hurting you. It is. And, like, when you're alone by yourself and you're thinking about it, it does upset you. You may not be sharing that with anybody else, and that's totally your business. You got to do what's right for you. But once you're done going through that, the Ace of Cups is like, whatever wasn't working, especially something about the effort you put in comes back to you and things will finally go right in a different way, a different situation, different person, whatever that is. The Ace of Cups will come back and I'm getting like the next time around will be better, whatever that means. Because you got new beginnings out in front of you. Like you're forced into a spot where the reason you have a new beginning is because there's a void. Like what you had is gone. All you have left is a new beginning. But they're saying that's okay. Because they're giving you this Ace of Cups. So like when something new does start, it's going to feel a lot better. You're going to choose. I feel you choosing whatever takes its place is definitely what you want. You're choosing what you want, and it's feeling a lot better. You have more control. You have more strength. And things are more to your liking. Things are flowing so much better. So much better. I feel like I just need to address though that I don't think the majority of you are gonna like it at first. You may not admit that to the outside world, but like when you're on your own, just thinking about it yourself, it does make you sad. But it's going to pass, and something really good is going to come in. I actually like how this ends. I know this doesn't feel good going up to that, but at least something is out there. At least there's a very positive, good thing out there for you. Once this has to fall away, though. And I think we're there. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.